Let's just get right into it. The week was 1835, and now with Instacart being slow in January, you got to do what you got to do, right? So luckily I got DoorDash kicked in. I finally got approved. It took about a year and a half, maybe 2 years trying to get on DoorDash, and finally got on DoorDash. So let's take a look at it. So the four apps that I'm using, Instacart's the main one, then comes DoorDash, then Lyft, then Uber Eats. I don't do too much Uber rides because they don't tell you where you're going. And if you don't tell me where you're going, it's not going to work out good on somebody. Somebody's going to wait for an airport ride, and I'm going to have to go get there and deny them the ride. And I don't want to do that. So I just do Uber Eats. My goal is $17.50 per week. So this week was $18.35. So let's take a look at how I did it. We'll start obviously with Instacart because that's what I know the best, and seems to be the better money when it's going good. But Instacart's been kind of slow for me. I know for other people, I see them and they're doing big batches. They're doing all kinds of stuff, but I only know what's inside my phone. So let's take a look at how my week went. So on Instacart, it looks like it was $690.63, and I was active for 14 hours. So with the adjustment and everything, $690, you do the math. It's about $49.28 per hour while I'm shopping, while I'm active. And the people that say, well, you don't count the hours when you're not shopping. No, because I'm doing other apps. I'm working on other apps. The whole idea is to keep yourself steady working hourly rate, steady working hourly rate, steady working hourly rate, steady working hourly rate. I don't care who I'm working for, as long as I'm steady working hourly rate. And down here, look, you can see, there it is. They show it to you, the hours without the weekly adjustment right there. But there's the 14 hours. And let's go back to the total, right? So for 14 hours, not bad, All right, so let's go to the next app. The next app was Lyft. Now, you know how I use Lyft. I only use Lyft because they have that electric vehicle bonus for 50 rides. So what do if you work 6 days a week like I do? You do 8 rides a day, and you can slip in 8 rides. It's not hard to slip them in. You might miss out on a batch, but you're taking about anywhere from 4 minutes to get to them and 5 minutes for their ride. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'll take 15 minutes out of the day 8 times. You add it up. That's a couple hours a day towards Lyft. And you take them when they come up. If it's too far away, don't take it, But so you take the little rides, and then at the end of the week, you get the 50 ride electric vehicle bonus, and boom. So this week I made $522, and I drove for, about 13 hours, so it's about $40 per hour on Lyft. So let's go to the next app, Uber Eats. Uber Eats is, you just take the quality, and it comes in. You can get them, you'll see them, and it gives you plenty of time to analyze it and take it. And sometimes it's shop and pay, sometimes it's, most of the time it's just pickup. But those little ones at 5:30 in the morning, they add up. So look, the active time was 3 hours for 178. That's $57.60 per hour, right? I wish they did offer that for 8 hours a day, but they don't. But the 3 hours per week that they do offer it, I'll take it, because I can add it to my other ones. All right, so let's take a look at the final app, which was DoorDash. So DoorDash, $219.64. I was active for 6 hours, 6.5 hours, so about 33. So they were the lowest paying. And I find it hard to get tips on DoorDash. I try, you can leave messages and stuff. You can actually do a little bit more than you can do on Uber, but it's hard to get tips on DoorDash for some reason. I don't know why. But so the whole thing with Instacart Lyft, Uber, DoorDash. Now, you guys that know me on this channel know that I'm a musician, so I do have a Sunday gig that I do, and that pays $225. So, with all of it together, $1835. But as far as the gig apps, $1610 on the gig apps. So, but it's not hard to do. You just need to have the apps on, know when to turn them off so it doesn't mess up your acceptance rate. Make one of them your main deal. Like Instacart's kind of my main, deal, and then the other ones, let them fall in place. When you get a good one, just take it. Just do it. Don't worry about missing out on anything else. Just take it. But once you've been good for a long time and you kind of have a little bit of leeway, then you can kind of maybe take a ride. And on the way to the ride, if you get a good batch, you cancel the ride and take the batch. You just have to know what you're doing when you're doing this. So you're not going to pass up a $70 batch just because you're going and trying to make a bonus by taking a $5 ride. You cancel the ride. You cancel the ride for a $30 batch. So you have to prioritize properly, and then pretty soon you just get it. You just start getting it, and then just make sure that you stay in line with your apps. Make sure that you stay in line with DoorDash, and don't start messing up with DoorDash. Don't start messing up with the apps to where they're seeing you multi-apping too much. When you do a batch, when you do an Instacart batch, turn the other ones off, especially DoorDash. You definitely want to turn that off, because if you have something come in you can't take it, it's going to mess up your acceptance rate. But, it's common sense, man. Just common sense. But you can do it. And then, there's some other income that I don't talk about. I sold a couple things on eBay. $17.50 a week. You add it up. Take 2 weeks off a year. What's $17.50 times 50 weeks is $87.5. Plus you add your little eBay, you say $2,500. A couple other things you do, maybe your hobby, so you have a hobby like I have music, right? So for me, music brings in $900 a month. So anyway, good luck to everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.